Is the screen viewable?
So please open the slide so it will be easy.
Yeah. Is it viewable? Can you see the screen?
No, sir.
I have to share it again.
Yes, sir. Now we are visible you.
Start. Start now. Yeah. Now the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can start, sir.
सर सभी को दिख रहा है ना? प्लीज एक बार चेक कर लीजिए. अगर किसी को नहीं दिख रहा है तो आप लोगों को क्या करना है, लिस्ट में देखना है आप लोगों को कि अंकित शिंदे कहाँ पे है, और उसका जो फोटो आइकॉन है उस पर क्लिक करेंगे तो आपको सर का स्क्रीन दिखेगा. तो दिस इज समवॉट न्यू टाइप ऑफ फीचर. सो वी विल स्टार्ट, सर. हेलो
Yeah.
एवरीवन, गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू. I Verma sir, on the behalf of management, Principal Dr. A.D. Desai sir and Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sri Ramchandra College of Engineering, Pune, welcoming you all in this webinar on electrical vehicle, future of auto industry. We have with us Mr. Aniket Shinde. He has completed his schooling in Pune and achieved mechanical engineering degree from Pune University. He is a US-based PMP certified professional. He has total 13 years of industrial experience in auto industry and currently working as program lead in KPIT Pune. He is a member of Life Saving Foundation Pune. He is also working on setup of electrical charging stations with channel partner Delta. He has conducted various training sessions for Pune Police, University of Pune and Engineering College across the Maharashtra. I am very much thankful to Ankit Shinde sir to accept our invitation for this webinar, and I request him to please start the session. I also request to all the participants to please mute your cameras and sound settings. For any quiz related details, use the chat. Quiz link will be shared after completing the session. So I request Sir Ankit Shinde sir to please start the session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aniket Shinde. Thanks for the brief introduction given by Avinash, sir. As you can see, our today's topic is electric vehicle future opportunities. I'm attached to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I'm a member of Life Saving Foundation. So we'll start with our agenda today. So we'll go through these 6 points: history and key drivers of electrical vehicles, future cars coming in electric vehicles, major parts of electric vehicle, battery, how battery is made, testing of cells, charging infrastructure, potential or career for engineers field and for the entrepreneurs. This is how the agenda will be. So evolution of electric cars. The electric car was invented in 1828 by Robert Anderson. This was the year when electric cars came into the invention mode. By early 1900s, Ford had made the gasoline engines, and they were also inventing electric vehicles. But as Ford found that gasoline engines are more useful for covering large kilometers, they went for gasoline engines production in a large volume, and they stopped for electrical vehicles. In 1930, you can see in the picture, even NASA used some electrical vehicle concept for the rover. In 1960, 1980, NASA again tried on this.
Maybe the screen is not visible.
Screen is not visible. Now, is it visible, Avinash sir?
No, sir.
Now, it's already in the presenting mode. What happened? Visible, sir.
Your presentation is not visible, sir.
One sec. One sec. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. So I'll again start with this slide. So 1828 was the year when the electric vehicle cars were invented. Mr. Robert Anderson was the person who invented electric vehicle. In early 1900s, even Ford started making electric vehicles, but they were parallelly working on gasoline engines. So they could find gasoline engines more powerful while covering the kilometer range, and they went with the huge volume production for gasoline engine and stopped for the electric cars making. In 1930, Ford was again trying with some people to work on electric vehicles. In 1960 to 1980, you can see the photo of the NASA. Even NASA was trying to work on some electric concepts for their concept rover. In 1990, some of the Europeans and Britain government made a restriction to make electric vehicles in their country. So they started making electric vehicles in their area in 1990. So from 1990 to 2010, we could see Nissan Leaf was a major production vehicle made in electric cars. And in present day, you will find many of the companies which are there in electric vehicle. We'll move to the next slide. So key drivers for electrical vehicle growth. The government funding and incentives. We will see the volumes and the numbers in the next slide. The government are funding for the growth of the electric vehicles. There is FAME 1 and FAME 2 schemes which are coming in India. FAME 1 was established in 2015, April 1st, 2015, and it was monitored till March 2019. FAME 2 came in March 2019. The main concept was the localization of the parts. The major localization of parts should happen in India. That was the main concept of FAME 2, with also some incentive numbers. It is environmental friendly, the electrical vehicle, as we all know. Low maintenance, low repair cost. Avoid going to petrol pump. When we will be using electric vehicles in a huge number, we'll be avoiding to go to the petrol pump. We can charge at home. How is in electrical charger infrastructure? Low noise pollution. So due to electric vehicles, the noise pollution will drastically reduce because there is very minimal noise coming from the electric vehicle. This is what the key drivers came up for the government to launch electric vehicles in India. FAME, faster adoption of manufacturing electrical vehicles. So this FAME 1, you can see the photograph of government where they demanded incentives of 192.56 crores, savings of 14,83,380 fuels by import, not importing them. So once you start electrical vehicles, you will start the import of the oil from the outside countries. You will be making 1,51,928 electrical or hybrid vehicles by the support of the government. So that's why the FAME was launched. And huge amount of CO2 reduction. India is now ranking in top 10 for the CO2 emissions currently in the world. So to reduce the CO2 emissions, government is taking a huge step. We'll go to the next slide. Here comes the slide where the fund allocation you can see 2015 to 22. So total fund by 2019-20 government has allocated is 14,880. So 148 crores rupees was funded by the government. By 2021 there will be 498 crores government will be funding. By 2021 it will be 347.8 crores. So such a huge investment government is doing. This figures are taken from the Ministry of Heavy Industry and Public Enterprises. So future cars for EV growth. I would like to see from the participants if they are knowing some future cars which are coming for EV vehicles. Can from the participant type the name in the chat box, please, so that we can see how you are alive and knowing about electric vehicles. So someone from the participants who can write the names of the vehicles they know in electric zone. Tesla, Audi e-tron, Good. Any more? Nissan. Hero Electric bikes. Okay. Lexus. Thanks. Reva. Good.
River screen is not visible. There is some problem coming in the screen.
Because I'm on the
Presentation
chat
stopping.
box. I'm on the chat
And
box.
there is chat boxes on. Please to stop chat box. Please. There is a lot of disturbance coming here.
Okay. Now the screen is visible.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So thanks for the participants for giving the answers. So you can see Tesla is working on many models for the future for high range kilometer. There is a Hyundai Kona which is coming up very largely. Porsche is also working on electric vehicles. Tata has recently launched Nexon. They are working on Altroz EV also. Mahindra is also working on many electric cars for the future. And there are many more buses also which will be coming in India. So you can see few buses now in Mumbai. In Pune, BYD is already uh, moving from Hadapsar to Hinjewadi zone. So you can see the charging stations also in Hadapsar. And there will be many new players who will be coming to launch EVs in India. Let's move to the next slide. Why to switch to EV? What is the reason we should switch to EV? So according to Niti Aayog, 100% EV sale by 2030 can reduce India's import dependence by a big margin. So 7.83 lakh crore of importing oil in 2018-19 happened. So can you imagine what will be the numbers by 2030 if we stop this importing of oil slowly by building up the electrical vehicle volumes? So this is why we should switch to EV, to reduce the import of the oil, to reduce the noise pollution, and also to have an environmental friendly location in India. We'll go through some major components of electric vehicle: battery, lithium ion and battery cooling system, electric motor, motor cooling system, motor controller, DC-DC converter, battery management system, electrical charging port, and HV cables. We'll be going one by one through these components and their function in coming slides. So you'll see a photograph of these components now. So in this photograph, you can see a yellow color pack, which is a battery pack. There is a charging port in blue color. There is an onboard charger also in this vehicle. So I will go through an onboard charger, what it is in charging infrastructure. There is a transmission, but this transmission is only 2-speed, not like an gasoline engine. There is an auxiliary battery 24 volt. There is thermal cooling system required for the battery packs and for the motor. DC-DC converter will come to it. Motor controller for controlling the motor, and the motor in red color. So we'll move to the first component, battery assembly photos. So you can see the battery. There is a cell which is being imported nowadays in India. So we have lithium ion cells currently in India. These cells are packed in 3 numbers or 4 numbers depending upon what is the ampere hour rating you want for the battery pack. So these cells are combined into modules. You can see in the right side the module picture, how they are assembled. There is a positive terminal, there is a negative terminal at the end, and there is a Z bus bar. So this is how a cell is converted into a module pack. Then the module pack is kept in a sheet metal fabrication part. Wiring harness is mounted on it. The HV cable in orange color you can see. The HV cables are coming out from the sheet metal part at the end. And in the left hand corner, you can see the 2 terminals ports which are coming out for the positive and negative terminal. So this is a brief about how the battery assembly is done. Battery chemistry. This is very important and exciting topic. There are many types of batteries which are invented, like LiCoO2. So then there is LMO, lithium manganese oxygen. Then lithium phosphate. Then there is NMC, nickel magnesium cobalt with lithium salt. Then lithium, nickel, cobalt and aluminium. Then lithium titanate oxide. So in this, you can see Tesla is using an NCA specification of battery, because you can see the specific energy is at the high end. As the specific energy is more, Tesla wants to use this NCA concept. First, Tesla was working on LFP and NMC, where there is also good specific energy. Now, Tesla has converted this NCA concept in such a way that they have a huge volume, so they are not worried about the cost, because this NCA is little bit cost competitive to NMC. So performance wise, NMCs are the best batteries, and LiFePO, that is LFP batteries. So this gives a good lifespan. It is safety in safety purpose also, and with a good specific energy. So how specific energy works, we will see soon in the next slide. So you can see a slide over here, how the different battery packs have different specific energies. WH by kg. So watt hour per kg, the more it increases, the more it gives the performance of the battery. So that's why Tesla is using NCA nowadays, Nissan is using NMC, and the buses are using nowadays LFP batteries. These battery packs are usually nowadays lithium ion based, because lithium is found to be very effective while charging and discharging of the batteries. They are very good in discharging rate also. They are good in the slow discharge curve also. So whenever there is an energy required, you have to give a proper current to the different parts of the vehicle. So lithium supports very well in the chemical composition. That's why LFP and NMC are nowadays good to use. We'll move to the next slide. Battery testing norms. To test a battery, what norms is required by the government? AS 048. So whenever you want to manufacture a battery, this norm has to be tested by AI Pune or ICAT Delhi. So there are different tests in AS 048, charging, discharging test. So there is a 3-cycle test in this. You have to charge the battery for 3 times and discharge it for 3 times. And then if there is no issue in the balancing of the cells, this test is qualified. There is a nail penetration test. You will see a photograph in the next slide. Vibration test at 3G force. There are in the 2 directions, the battery is given a vibration to see how it performs. In this test, the battery should not imbalance the cells charging and discharging. There is an internal resistance test also, which is done at ARI, electrical shock test, overcharge test. Once a battery is charged till 100%, after 100%, if we charge the batteries, what is the impact? Are the batteries exploding? Are the batteries performing unwell? This is what we see in the overcharge and in the short circuit test. Mechanical shock test, again a 3G shock test is given to the battery to see if the battery can sustain the shock and there is no misbehavior in this. We'll go to the next slide. So here you can see the nail penetration test and the thermal test photographs done in ARI. In the top also you can see the different tests done by the ARI. So there is state of charge, SOC. In batteries, you monitor the state of charge. Are they reaching every cell? Is every cell reaching 100% state of charge? There is state of health also. After some years, the battery may start eroding. The lithiums may not perform well. That is what the test state of health states. There is a temperature mapping also. The temperature should not go beyond 45 degrees Celsius for the battery. If it is going beyond 45 degrees Celsius, some OEMs are using battery cooling system. So there is a coolant which is passed from the battery side and it is cooled down. So this is where the ARI is testing the batteries, and there are OEMs who have cleared all this test and now manufacturing the vehicles. What are the types of motors used in electric vehicles? So there are 3 types usually: BLDC, ACIM, PMM. Also there is DC motors used, but nowadays they are not, because they are not giving a good efficiencies. BLDC, brushless DC motor, these are usually used in bikes. Ather Energy Scooter, Hilo Electrics are using this. ACIM, induction motor. Induction motor is a common motor used in Tesla, in Mahindra E220, Tata Tigor, Tata Tiago, in Nexon. Permanent magnet motor is the one Tesla is nowadays using, which is a very good efficiency motor. It gives about 94 and above percentage of efficiency. So you can see a photograph, the switch reluctance motor used by Tesla Model 3. So these are the three different types of motor which are used in electric vehicle. Motor controller. We required a motor controller like a ECU in the IC engine. So you use electronic control unit for the IC engines, which controls the engine performance and the fuel discharge required during the drive. In the same way, this motor controller, it is including manual and automatic both for starting and stopping the motor, selecting forward or reverse rotation, or regulating the speed. Once you regulate the speed or you break the speed, the motor controller gives the direction to the motor. The motor itself cannot decide what is the speed the vehicle is asking for. It is a motor controller who is giving all the directions. And also to check if any overloads are coming or any electric fault is there. So motor controller, you can see a supplier TM who is making motor controller nowadays. DC-DC converter. So DC-DC converter is an electronic circuit or electrico-mechanical device that converts a source of direct current from one voltage to another. It's type of electric power converter. So usually it converts one voltage to another. You can see a photograph in the right side, a DC-DC converter used in bus. So usually in cars, the DC-DC converter are little small in size, but in buses, this kinds of converters are used. This comes into the picture when the voltages changes are required and you have to give the voltage to the auxiliary components like HVAC, battery, or you must be using the instrument cluster for such kind of things. Electric charger and ports. So electric charger has different types like AC and DC. There are three types of charger nowadays used in overall world. GB by T, CCS, that is combined charge solution. Cameo charger, charging is done by three-phase power supply with the help of charger port and battery management system in the vehicle. So it is found that it takes 60 minutes to charge a vehicle with 25 kilowatt charger and 50 minutes with a 50 kilowatt charger. You can see in the corner, there is a photograph given how Japan, America and China are using AC and DC outlets. So we'll see which countries are using which type of charger in the coming slide. First, we'll see if this video is playable. Let me play this video. Yes, good. Is it visible? Yes. Are you able to see the slides now again?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. So now we'll move to the topic charging to the grid to the vehicle. So how does charging happen? So a grid provides 33 kilowatt of energy, electricity. This is transformed to the transformer, and the transformer converts from 33 kilowatt to 11 kilowatt. Again, there is one isolator which converts from 11 kilowatt to zero point 0.4 kilowatt. So this 0.4 kilowatt means 400 voltage. 400 voltage is usually required for the buses. For cars, a 48 voltage is also perfect for charging the vehicles. So there is a feeder panel which converts this DC to AC currents and gives to the charger. And these chargers are connected to the clouds. There is a CMS integration by the Delta company, and they manage the services for the charger. AC charging and DC charging. So there are two types of charging systems, AC and DC. Usually a car use AC charging system. If there is an onboard charger, the onboard charger converts the AC to DC and it charges the vehicle. DC chargings are used by the buses. So you can see a DC charging unit placed on the civil construction, and DC charging directly gives the direct current to the vehicle. So usually buses uses DC charging, car uses AC charging. So these are the different two types of chargings. So these are some areas where you can see CCS. This CCS is used by the Europeans nowadays, CCS charging type. GB by T by China, Cadmio by Asian countries, GB by T in India, and now CCS is also coming up. CCS is also used by Brazilian and by Britain. Charging infrastructure. So charging infrastructure for electric vehicle in India has not fully been developed. India needs more charger on highway. For buses and car, we need charger every 10 kilometers by 2030. Government is working on these policies, and they have given lots of incentives to implement charging stations in India by 2025 and the next target by 2030. For buses, they give two opportunity for charging. Buses usually covers a range of 200 with 2 times charging, one in the morning and one in the night. Government have taken initiatives to build charging facilities in the mall, in buildings, and in the societies also. Ather has launched its charging infrastructure service in Bangalore called Ather Grid. So Ather is not using a charging station, which is common with these players like Hexacom, Delta, ESSL. They have their own Ather Grid. So this is one innovative thing what Ather energy scooters are using. Insight on EV. So EV is increasing and spurred with new technologies in electric cars, bikes, and buses. Driving range is now reaching 400 kilometers in single charge, and for buses 200 kilometers. Many new companies like Ather, Bajaj, Hero, JBM are entering in EV segment. Government is sponsoring initiatives, incentives, infrastructures for charging units. Tenders are floated for bus orders every quarter for bidding. Till now, we have delivered 30 buses in Bombay, 3 buses in Calcutta, 10 buses in Himachal Pradesh. So there are many buses which will be coming in Maharashtra zone and in all over India. Prototypes are made for electric bike cars and are being developed by students to reach maximum speed and range. Opportunities, a very important slide for the careers of the engineers which are coming in final year. So there are many opportunities in EV segments, like you can enter into the segment of battery designing and packaging, vehicle integration of the battery, motor, frame, battery maintenance and charging maintenance. So one more thing I wanted to update, like the ones who will be doing battery designing and packaging, they will be using softwares like ANSYS, MATLAB for the analysis of the battery. Even for the motor, ANSYS are being used for knowing the motor efficiencies and the motor capacity. There will be dealers for electrical charging stations in Pune, in Maharashtra, all over world. You will be finding positions like vehicle testing engineers for testing the engine, motors, vehicles in ARI. Homologation engineer is the one who is responsible for bringing the certificate of the vehicle. So once you submit the vehicle for the homologation, In the span of 1.5 months, all the tests are covered and you get the homologation certificate for manufacturing of the vehicle. Without homologation certificate, you cannot manufacture the vehicle. There will be motor design engineers who will be designing motors. Supply chain management is one area because EV parts will be required for making the cars, for making buses, for making bikes. Purchase executive roles will be there. Usually, we have found out that the starting package for this is 4 to 5 lakhs, and the experienced people 9 to 10 lakhs. The companies like Tata Motors, Bajaj, TVS, JBM, Hyundai, Ather, Lucid Motors is recently opened in USA, Tesla in China and USA, Delta Charging for the slides which we shown. These are the major companies which are working very thoroughly and very fastly on electric vehicles. Potential or career in EV sector for the final year students and for the third year students also. If you want to enter into the electrical vehicle segment, there are some courses online which are sponsored by DIV Guru, which is an ISO certified organization. You can do some online courses from them, get the certificate and attach it to the certificate of your degree so that you are something different from other engineers in today's life. There is one Siksha.com who is also giving the online course for electric vehicles. There is Hyderabad Institute of Electrical Engineers also, one of them who is performing online courses. So this was about the potential and career in EV sector. Thank you. This was my last slide and you can note down my mail ID. I'm there on LinkedIn. You can get in touch with me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for listening the presentation and we'll be in touch very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Everyone, if you want the questions, you can start the questions also. You just type it up. Do not on the mic. Please type the chat box only. Sir will respond.
Sir, can we go through some of the questions which were already taken by the students?
There are certain questions which we received in group also. Please.
So can you read the questions for me because from the mobile I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
able to.
I will read, sir.
Yeah.
For one question, what we received is, what is the biggest challenge with electrical vehicle in India? And second question is, what are the challenges and opportunity of competing in the electrical vehicle industry?
So biggest challenge in electrical vehicles in India is the battery packs. We don't have the lithium and cobalt. Sorry, there is a disturbance.
Kapil, please unmute your.
So there is a challenge for the lithium and cobalt content. These are usually available in European countries or in Asia. Cobalt is majorly found in Congo country and lithiums are usually found in Argentina and in Europe. So this is one of the challenges. Second challenge is the charging infrastructures. We have only installed 4,000 chargers in all over India. In coming 2023-2025, we will be seeing double the chargers in India by the government policies which we have received. And Tata Power is also working strongly on this charging stations. What was the next question, sir?
So just a minute. Why there is a different charging power supply for buses and car?
Okay, so the reason is the buses have a huge capacity of battery required. So where car is using only 48 kilowatt hour of batteries, buses are using 200 kilowatt hour. So to charge a 200 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is again divided into four, 50 kilowatt battery pack into four numbers. So to charge so big battery cells, you require direct current from the charging station. Whereas in the vehicles, cars, you can charge it by a normal 50 amp socket also, or by a 25 kilowatt charger directly from the charging station in the building or in the society also. There was one more question, that what will be the issue if the vehicle stops in between and there is no charging station nearby. So there is an information display system in the vehicles which gives that you are reaching to a depth of discharge. So when you reach to a 20% vehicle discharge capacity, you have to now see that immediately how can I reach to the vehicle charging station. The way you plan for the vehicle, when you run a petrol vehicle, you know that after 250 kilometers I will refuel my vehicle. It is the same way you have to plan for the electric vehicles. But yes, charging stations by 2025 will see every 10 kilometers on the either side of the road by the government policies.
Yes, sir. So next question is there any financial support given by government for newly startup or for the new stations?
Yes, so there are schemes launched by the government where you can approach by filling up some data, by approaching to the proper agencies where they fill up the data for the startups, and they will be giving you a good uh, amount of subsidies also for the component which you will be making for the vehicle you will be making. So there are startups which are approaching government and they are getting good support from the government.
Okay, sir. Still, there is one. Yes, sir. Many
Sir,
questions. Sir,
I'll
yes.
just, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. If we use electrical vehicle, we are just relocating the pollution from road to generating station and not reducing the pollution. So how to overcome this problem?
Very nice question. This question, actually, Forest Ministry is also imposing on the government, but government are working on solar power stations in the area where you get more heat, where areas like Jalgaon, Rajasthan, where you are not utilizing the sun energy, you can use the sun energy from the solar panel, and the solar panel can provide electricity. There are cars coming up which will have a solar roof on the car, because of which you can generate some electricity from the solar. So these are the few concepts which people are working, and very soon you will see that there will be no major thermal power stations and we will be installing major solar power plants. Nowadays, solar panels are also not that costly as it was there 10 years before. So this is what the concept we are trying to work with the governments, so that we can use the electric vehicles and electricity is provided with a very good cost.
There is one more question. Can we retrofit old petrol vehicle to electrical vehicle?
Yes, very nice question. There are some of the suppliers nowadays who are converting two-wheelers petrol engine directly into electric vehicles. So there are some components which can be directly replaced from 1:1, like the engine to the motor, and some belt is required, and you can convert the IC engine into electric vehicle. If you want to know some of them, please get in touch through me on the mail. We'll be discussing all the details, how you can do it. Thank you.
So next question is, what about the torque generation in electrical vehicle? Whether it is better than IC engine?
You cannot say like it is better than IC engine, but it is at par like IC engine, because the torque versus efficiency ratio, the motors like ACIM, they are performing very well with a gradient degree of 17. 17-degree gradient can be crossed by a bus with a load, fully loaded bus That is what we have seen. So car is nothing. So cars can also reach to that level with a good torque. So they are at par to the IC engines.
Okay. So currently, what are the different features available in the electrical vehicle for the safety purpose?
So as I said, there are many norms which are to be tested before making any component. So AIS 004, AIS 048. These are the norms which are tested by the ARI. If the components are found okay, and there are some visits done in the factory also to see how you are making the vehicle, are the safety norms been taken care, and then only you can manufacture the vehicle. So, major specifically for the batteries, you have to be very careful because they are exploding devices. So there are special zones declared for the battery areas. You have to have an fully AC monitored room for the batteries. The batteries have to be kept in a very good condition. There should be no dust in that area. Tata Motors has recently given 4,000 crores investment for making a battery in-house supply. So this is how the battery safeties are taken care. And there are many electrical devices which usually cut off the electrical connections when there is a over voltage, over current. So this is the way you control the short circuit issue in electric vehicles. So till now, touch wood, there is no accidents we have seen in cars or buses. Thank you.
Correct.
How we minimize the cost of e-vehicle? This is a very interesting question. So battery is the major item where we are finding out the major cost. So out of the whole cost of the vehicle, 30 to 40% cost is of the battery. So once we start localizing the parts in India, as what we are doing in KPIT, you can find the cost of the battery will go down, and slowly it will come to the range of IC engine. But currently, as we are importing the lithium cells from China or from Europe, this cost is currently huge. And once the manufacturing teams like Tata, BYD, Mahindra, Hyundai, they work on huge volumes, government will support them for converting these rates on huge cost of the lithium buying cells and for the other components which are important. I think the questions are not going to stop, sir. We will mark these questions and we'll be replying them from the mail. There are very nice questions which are coming, but we will mark them and we will answer them through the mails.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir, I am having a question. We know that energy can be produced from radioactive.
your voice is not clear, dear. Can you please repeat the question?
Yes. We know that energy can be produced from radioactive elements. So, is it possible to run a
I'm sorry, your voice is going away once you are asking the whole question. Can you type it in the chat box so that I can answer you?
So we know that energy can be produced from radioactive elements. So is it possible to run a car by it?
Radioactive elements. Okay. Currently, we have not yet worked on this chemistry. We'll surely come back to you on this segment once I have the perfect answer on this. Thanks for the question. So Sagar Gaikwad, what is he asking? Hello. Avinash sir? If they are available in hybrid or they are purely electrical. Sagar Gaikwad, your answer is that there are hybrid vehicles made by Maruti also, which are uh, integrated with EV. So you can use the hybrid vehicle with gasoline engine and EV. And yes, there are purely electric vehicles also made by many of the OEMs. And you can charge the vehicles at the home at only 3.3 kilowatt electricity. That is what my answer to it is. I hope I answered your question. There is no problem in the rainy season because this all the cables are IP68 and they are tested at a very high condition with a deep water insertion in the motor. So there are no problems in the rain. There is no exhaust system, Sagar, in this. Cooling systems are required for a battery and a traction motor. Charging time cannot be reduced, Soham, because charging cell balancing is very much important. Nowadays, it is taking 60 minutes for charging the whole battery pack. So in one battery pack, there are near about 1800 cells. So you cannot reduce the charging time. It will imbalance the cell and it will reduce the battery life.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
I have typed my question in the chat box.
your good name.
My chat box.
Can you please repeat your question?
I have typed my question in the chat box.
Your good name, please. There are many people who are writing the questions.
Ravi Vatsore.
We know that energy can be produced from radioactive elements, so it is possible that with small chain reactions we can run the engine. So as I answered,
Yes, that.
this chemistry is not yet worked out, and currently only lithium-ion batteries are used for the vehicles. So I'll come back to this answer on the mail ID what I've provided, aniketRULZ9@gmail.com. You can write this question same to me on aniketrules9@gmail.com.
Yes,
Hello,
okay.
sir.
Thank you.
Professor Bakliwal here. Professor Bakliwal here. I
Yes.
wanted to ask what amount of voltage is required for the batteries, these lithium batteries for EV application.
So
Means
it
battery
depends
system
on,
like UPS. Yes,
please
please.
repeat. Please repeat like.
Yeah, like for UPS, 48 volt system, 96 volt system, batteries are connected in series, battery bank is there. So similar
Right.
way for EV, yeah, what amount of voltage is required? Total voltage.
Sir, total voltage is not what the unit is required. It is voltage into the ampere what is required. So what kilowatt hour battery pack you are going to make. So according to that, the calculation happens. How many number of cells you have, what is the voltage for per cell, how many cells you
Okay.
can pack in one module, when these modules are connected in series or parallel, in the size of the battery pack, how many modules can you fit. So according to this, the voltages are calculated and there is a calculation formula for this. So this all depends upon what is the GVW of the vehicle you have to finalize and where is the CG of the battery coming. So once you
What is
finalize this
GVW, sir?
gross vehicle weight.
Okay,
So the
fine.
gross, on the gross vehicle weight, all the calculations starts performing.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Avinash sir, are you there?
Hello, sir. Actually, I think he has left by mistakenly. We will
Okay.
wait for 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
We will wait for 2 minutes for
Like,
further instruction.
participants can ask the questions.
Yes, sure.
GVW. Quick charge, is it available like mobile phones? As I said, these are the vehicles which are to be driven, and it is not like a handy device. So the balancing of the cells are very important in a vehicle. You have to balance all the cells, and the battery pack has to be 100% charged. Then only you can remove the charging from the vehicle. And once the battery is coming down to 20%, you have to stop running the vehicle. 20% is the death of charge, where the vehicle gives you a function that now please take the vehicle to the charging station, or else you will have to tow the vehicle if there is no charging station nearby. Opportunity for electrical diploma. Yes, of course. Like charging stations, there will be electrical supervisors who will be required for monitoring the charging wires in the charging stations. There will be electrical engineers required for wiring harness mounting in the batteries. There are many scopes for electrical diploma and electrical B engineers both. EV can carry heavy loads. Again, I said it depends upon the GVW calculation. So, as per the norm of the government, in which segment are you launching the vehicle, there are norms for the GVW for it. According to that, the loads can be defined. The problems faced in the motors or the batteries are like the motors should give the efficiency consistently up to 94%. And we are finding it is nearing to 92 or 91%. It is not giving 94%. So we are working on it. Batteries, there are issues like the cells are not getting charged up to 100%. So many a times you have to remove the battery and check the battery state of charge and the state of health of all the cells and the batteries. And it is a huge amount of energy required, because removing a battery from the vehicle, you have to stop the testing, you have to remove the battery pack, again do the charging discharging test for 3 days. So this is what the problems we are facing currently. Battery shuffle technology can run in two-wheeler EV. Already there is a Revolt motor which is coming up with this technology of shuffling of the battery packs. So you will be seeing some dealers who will be having a battery pack ready at their dealer end. You have to just take the two-wheeler, remove the battery which is discharged, and put the fully charged battery into the two-wheeler, and you can run the vehicle. More EV on the road require more generation of electricity. I have already answered on this. We have converted old Activa in EV in 25,000 as a B project. Some changes we did in chassis. Now we are working on auto rickshaw. Very good, Pankaj Beldar. That's a very good concept you're working on.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what is the approximately maintenance cost of annual maintenance cost of electric vehicle?
Compared to IC engines, it is half the percentage of the IC engine, because usually a battery and a motor have a life cycle of 8 to 10 years. So once the battery SOC and DOD issue starts, then only you have to remove the battery. Motors, they are giving a 5 years warranty. So usually till 5 years you don't find issues in motor. For other components like motor controller and the PDU, power distribution unit,
Yeah.
they don't require usually maintenance. The maintenance only required is about the vehicle body parts or about the charging sockets, because they are exposed to the environmental conditions where there are salt areas. Usually in that area the maintenance will come, otherwise electric vehicles are not that to maintenance, they're maintenance free.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have joined now. Verma sir here.
Yeah, hello sir.
Mhm.
There are very good questions which we were interacting with the participants.
Yes, sir, actually, I have joined twice. Okay. Any more questions from the participants? So, what do you think in EV industry? Who have greater chance to work or to join for mechanical or electrical? Means he's asking. I think he's a student, and he's asking about the career opportunity for electrical and mechanical engineers.
So as I mentioned in the slide, there are OEMs like Tata, Bajaj, Mahindra, Ather Energy Bangalore. There is Torque Motor also coming in Bangalore. There is BYD in Hyderabad. There is JBM in Delhi. There is Exicom Charging Solutions in Delhi, Delta Charging Solutions in Delhi. These all companies are applicable for mechanical and electrical engineers. The only one thing you need to do is a certified course in electric vehicle, which I mentioned in my slide. So Shiksha.com is the one you can go through. There is DIYguru.com, from which you can do certified course, and you will be somewhere different from all other mechanical and electrical engineers, where you will be given first preference as a fresher for electric vehicles working. Thank you.
So questions और continue करेंगे या फिर काफी है?
I think we should log out because we have another session also lined up today.
Correct, sir.
So we have finished our time also.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you everyone for the participation. Feedback link I will share in the descriptive box. Sir, some people are asking whether you are going to share the PPT.
Yes, you can mail me on my mail ID anikitaruz9@gmail.com.
Okay. Okay, sir. So if it is possible, you can share with us. We have all the participants. We can send it to them also.
Sure.
If you permit.
Sure.
Okay. So I will share the I will share the link of quiz and the e-certification process in the description box, in this chat box. After that, you can join and you can connect it. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks all the participants for the patience. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Yeah, sir. Thank you.